But man, I was traumatized by like the number of people who I considered to be close allies, publicly denouncing me. People like, who I'd maybe even sat medicine with, like it was, man, I mean, it hurt.
I agree and I understand and I have empathy for you, and I've been through that plenty. And I think that those are always times for us to realize how important it is to love ourselves and trust ourselves, because none of those people are going to die with you. We come in alone and we die alone. And, one of the things that I want to add to this dialogue on the issue of plant medicines is that plant medicines and meditation show you where the work needs to be done, but you've got to walk through the door. And I too have met a lot of people that have done a lot of plant medicines that keep seeing the same things, the way I'm treating my wife, or the way I'm abusing drugs, or the way I'm mismanaging my money, and the list is long. And then they talk all about the great healing and the great realizations around the campfire after the medicine ceremony, but then 2 weeks later they're doing the same damn shit. The ego absolutely resists real spiritual practices, because the deeper you go into legitimate spiritual practices, the more of an ego death it is, and the more of a self-realization process it is, and you come face to face with the mirror that you were talking about. When you come face to face with the divine mirror and you realize that you're looking at the rest of yourself, it can break you, it can make you cry, it can make you go, oh my God, how do I help the rest of myself? The work begins when you start taking stock of what it is that you are willing to do now to become more of what the divine has showed you that you really are. And that is a death to the ego. We are at a point where if we don't go on the spiritual firewalk together and really take a hard look at ourselves and each other in an open-hearted, honest way, and ask ourselves, is the way we're living and the way we're believing and the way we're engaging each other in life sustainable? I think anybody with two brain cells holding hands and some common sense would admit what we're doing together is not sustainable.
One thing that I've come to is that the work that I'm called to do on myself, it's a lot different from what I thought work on the self was. And the core of it is what you invoked, um, radical self love, radical self acceptance. It's not about wielding some kind of shame or some kind of standard of conditional self approval or conditional self love in order to goad myself into doing something. That gives the illusion of spiritual progress, but not the reality of it. And it makes it into an achievement.